We begin. Um, Quick recap from the last session. After subduing the three dragon wormlings thanks to the intervention of Interim, and with the help of Carsol reading from the book entitled Dragon My Friends, the party continued onward toward Elturel. With a superb carriage driving by Elion, and with the wilderness survival instinct of Interim, they managed to travel an extra day without any hiccup or encountering any unwanted characters. It is now the 17th of Mirtul, 1489. This is approximately 3 days after the Millers left Greenest, and which is the halfway mark through to Elturel. So early on to the day, we start with early on the day, Elion decided to take a long sleep because she has been driving the carriage ever since leaving Greenest, and Carsol as well after trying to study the book, making Interim the current driver. That's the plot hole. But okay, so before we continue as well, since the whole party now has an extra day of traveling without any hiccup, all of you can deduct one ration from your inventory, since you manage
Didn't we
as
already
well.
do that like before session ended?
Oh, the one before session ended, that was the other day. So basically,
Yeah,
you
we
had
have
another
another
free,
day.
a free day of advance in travel. So that's
Gotcha.
so that's why this is the 17th day, or reaching you guys the like halfway mark, 3 days halfway mark to Elturel. So I also fed the horses and the dragons as well. So your load right now with the cart is a little bit manageable, getting lighter a bit because you feed the horses with elk meat and the sleeping wormlings with some more elk meat. And before we continue as well with the events of what's happening on the 17th day of Mirtul, also a quick recap on the character story progression, if I would say. We begin with Interim, as he is the newest member. What is revealed so far is he was an agent of the Harpers before, and has this past of traumatic event called Operation Gromnir, which is tied very tightly into his chest, not sharing as of yet. And his current mission, or his directive, was to bring the book to Elturel, the one he got from Candlekeep, the one Carsol read, Dragon My Friends. Now continuing downward with Caldruin, we remember Caldruin as the dwarven cleric who is conflicted between his training as being following the cleric or following his grandfather's footstep, who happened to be a member of the Watchers of the Fallen, a secret organization, a secret group that's mysteriously vanished. And now with Tomorrow, nothing much after the Greenest and after the cave, but we do get a hint on what she was after, generally speaking, when it comes to the gold and her acquiring magic items along the way. And then we go now with yesterday. We recall that yesterday happened to have battle scars and was a prisoner before of the Cult of the Dragon. Nothing much has been revealed also, but the rest of the party know that he really has scars and he really despises the cult and wants to eliminate them because of the burning of his family and town of Emelenor. And finally, we have the duo from Carsol and Elion, who managed to reach the Sword Coast because one of the prophecies that Carsol envisioned, the same with Larray, while at the same time Elion happened, which also revealed from the last session, to have sort of fears with chromatic dragons, which turns out again tied to her chest, not yet shared with the rest. But she has a near-death experience with them, and was only saved by Carsol's father and Ontar Froom in the process. And finally, Larray, as we recall before, she left with the Emerald Enclave as she is the last Silver Star pupil that needs to master all four elements in order to combat Tiamat if ever she comes to the Sword Coast. And yeah, that's where each of our characters' stories progress. So now with this 17th day of Mirtul and Interim driving the carriage, what is going through the minds of the rest of you as you are now, in this very peaceful, very tranquil, scenic view of the Greenfield Foresty region?
For tomorrow, she's just, she's like watching the sleeping dragons, and you can hear her like every 30 minutes or so call out to Interim, are we there yet? How much longer do we have to travel?
Keep
Not
asking
really.
and you'll find out. Keep asking and we'll see. Well, sure, just keep going. It's going to be a bit. How long is it actually gonna take?
Another 3 days, basically 6 days in total. So you are half day there. So yeah, another 3 days, if no hiccup and no untoward incident.
Still going to take a couple days. You have food, I assume you do. You have a lot of meat over there, but that's dragon shit.
Calduin is just gonna, for the duration of the travel, like everyone else, check on the dragons. Then try to memorize the 3 words that Carsol learned from the book about the dragons. Just be ready for when the dragons actually wake up, when it's time to feed. Then I'm gonna ask tomorrow, maybe, I don't know, should we give them names?
Well, why don't we each name one of them? Well, I'm sure Elian and Carsol wouldn't mind, since they're not that cold. I will name the red one Firefly. Sort of has a cute little ring to it.
I was thinking of calling them Bob, Mark, and
And
Ben.
Firefly!
But yeah, Firefly is good too, I guess.
And which one's going to be Bob? Which one's going to be Mark?
Well, maybe we can name the black one Bob, because B, black, B, Bob. I don't know.
Well, while we think of which one to name, what's your name? Interim. Are you quite certain of the route we're taking? I'm just worried about, bandits and possible encounters.
Well, we can try going a little bit off-road, if that's what you're hoping for. If you're really concerned about that. Then again, I think we can handle that shit at least.
Well, I haven't really been to these roads, so I'll refer to your better judgment, but I'm just saying, be wary.
Well,
Especially we're not moving too fast with all this weight.
the faster we get to Elturel, the better. I honestly need a bath, and I think this old man and you two need one cauldron. Smells a little fishy, if you ask me.
Just like you hear Interim just go.
Ew!
Nope. Everything seems fine to me. I don't know about you, lady.
No,
What about?
not
There has to
fine.
be. There has to be a liver or something if you're really that adamant for that.
It's fine. I would like to have a great warm bath, and the faster we get to Elturel, the better. So, just make sure the horses run as fast as they can, please.
He kind of mutters behind him, not to you, but behind him. I'm pretty little kids sometimes. This is how you thought today.
Have we ever noticed his, what was it, a fish, right?
I
That's
think
a
so.
fish.
I
It's a
think so. I
fish.
mean, it's right behind his back all the time.
Oh, I figured you were hiding it the whole time.
No, it was always there. It's always
Oh.
been there.
I've been meaning to ask, sir, but what is that? Then I point to the, like, I know it looks like a fish, but,
It's my traveling companion. He doesn't really like yours, so he didn't really introduce himself before. Say hi, Reggie. And then he just kind of moves his shoulder a bit so that, like, behind him the fish sort of moves.
is it an actual fish, or is it just looks like one? Because, as far as I know, fish don't really go above water. At least not where I come from.
This one and I go way back. He's not just an ordinary fish. No. Though I suppose he would like it, water much more. He does like traveling with me a bunch. All the way back to my Harper days.
I see.
Huh. Well, I guess that explains the fishy smell, but doesn't he? So like tomorrow leans in forward to take a sniff, and then as soon as she gags a little bit and then like backs off. Like, doesn't he, like expire? I mean, he's not looking too good, old man.
But he looks fine. Does he look fine? How does the fish look, DM?
Can you like turn, Miguel, turn mo nga, patingin nga ano itsura.
Oh, I can't. It's
Here, I'll give you there. It's the fish looks fine as the moment. It's how long
like
has
fresh
this fish has been on your back since ever?
This fish has been This fish has been on his back since leaving
Birth.
permission and everything.
Do you replace the fish? I think you replace the fish. So this might be a fresh new catch, and you call every
Yeah.
fish Reggie. So this one's a fresh one. So I guess you replace it.
Yeah. Kind of like before meeting with everyone, right? Like just walking by and everything, saw what's going on, probably just fresh from a fishing trip.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So he's not Interim doesn't have like this
A dead fish.
a dead fish for
Rotting
years.
fish.
Rotting fish, because at this point that should have only been fish bones. So any chance that Interim gets to fish in the river replaces the old one with a new one. Is there any
So-
preference that Interim decides what Reggie would look like, or a fish that would resemble Reggie?
To be a big fish with either like green or blue scales or something. One of those. So sometimes when he goes off the fish, he's just gonna have a different fish on his back, but we'll deal with that when it gets there.
Yeah, so that's Reggie
Mhm.
in a nutshell.
So at this, tomorrow, like, uses like a minor illusion, and then she like conjures up like a small flame, and then she asks him, well, do you ever eat Reggie before he, let's say, turns sour?
Kind of like right with like the fishing pole, it's kind of like just that's the hand away, just like nope, that is my friend. You don't cook friends, right? You don't eat friends, I assume. You've got those kinds of people.
Well,
I
I don't really
think
have a
what-
lot of friends.
I think what my friend tomorrow is asking is, what do you do to the old Reggie?
Do you bury
Well,
him?
you
Do you
know.
cook him? Do you feed them to, I don't know, a beast? Or do you just leave him back in the river where you found another fish or something?
What do you mean, old Reggie? There is no old Reggie.
Okay, of course.
I mean, Reggie's
Of course.
old, but he's not old as in fish. He's not pretty spry for his age, you know? Probably doing better than I am.
Alright, I guess you and Reggie can focus on making sure this carriage goes fast.
Do you want to ask him something?
Alright,
How's it hanging?
oh my
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna. I sit down in silence.
Well, Reggie, what can you tell us about this old man of that's your companion of some sort? What's his deal?
So nothing comes out. But you see Interim just like, oh, shouldn't have old friend. Come on. No, like as if you don't hear anything, but he's like reacting to something.
Well, I guess that's great. Sure. Whatever. Let's just carry on, shall we? Elturel, amazing.
And as the carriage rolls down and everyone is minding their own business at this point, we remember before we left from last session, Caltruin and Interim were the ones who rolled high on their perception rolls. And so as happens, it is around nearing midday or noon, and both of them hear drawn carriage, carriage sounds, and a horse stepping on the ground. And then you could also hear a little bit of gruntled orcish sounds as well. And it's just right to the left side of the ridge where you are. Let's see. Here's the ridge right there on the right side. They could hear Caltruin and Interim could hear a carriage, like a drawn carriage with horses, and some orcish noise speaking.
In
Orcish. Orcish.
Oh, does no one of you speak Orcish or understand Orcish? So, if that's the case, if it's not
no.
Orcish, then you could hear creature like voices, grunted voices over the ravine.
We only see voices, we don't see like the actual carriage or anything yet, or...
No, as for your perception, you only hear the carriage, because from where you are at, you are on the other side, so it's a little bit farther.
Could
Just across,
but
like
we
there.
still hear them regardless, right?
Yeah, you could still hear them. Yeah, regardless.
Could I at least tell whether they're angry, in a hurry, or like if they're whispering? Like, could I tell any of those things?
You could roll
Where
me.
they're-
Oh, you could roll me another perception. Let's see, try from where you are.
That's a 19.
You could hear them, the sounds, as if they are almost like resting. They're not angry. They're not in a rush. They are more the sounds of almost like a camp, resting on the road, side of the road.
Oh, they're stopped, you mean?
As is. Upon
Okay.
you second time listening more closely, you hear it. The carriage like stops slowly, grinds to the halt. The horse sounds fade out, and the more creature sounds are more relaxed and a little bit more in the vibe of setting up camp.
I see. I tell this to the rest of the group, and tell Interim, who I noticed, noticed as well, and say, or just give him, like, gesture to him to, like, stop the carriage. And
Stop. Just immediately just pull on the reins, but like gently so that like the horses don't like make noise.
Yeah.
And then kind of just look back at Kaljuin,
Oh.
look back at the dragons, and just start trying to look for like something to cover them. Don't think that those people are not like that. We're just bringing tiny little dragons in our cart here.
that's a good point. Also, and I look towards tomorrow. I could hear them talking, and it doesn't sound common or not even dwarvish. So, they're just over the hill. So maybe you don't mind. If you don't mind, maybe you can sneak and check up on them, just to see if they're pose any threat to us.
So tomorrow just snarkily replies with like, well, I guess I'll do it. Fine. So she takes out her daggers, readies them, and she almost kept like she slews to the top to see what's going on down there.
As tomorrow reaches near the top area, somewhere here, reaches right. Oh, there. She could see almost a carriage, and inside the carriage, she sees a prisoner in loincloth, so topless and just loincloth, and his back is turned away from Tomorrow. But Tomorrow sees the scars in his back. It's in various scars, deep cuts, and he is tied up. And the closer she goes, nearing the ridge to investigate further, she senses something that she hasn't sensed ever back in Greenest, nor the cave, nor in the camp. Just right across the ridge, she may see this silhouette. She can't even discern if it's a silhouette of an actual creature, but across it, there's a panther, purple panther, with these black eyes staring down at Tomorrow. And this gives Tomorrow that feeling. And she knows these eyes. Because in her past, I guess Tomorrow knows who this deity she may have had the deal with. And it's in this panther, it's his animal form or animal image in the mortal planes. And also in your bag, Tomorrow, you feel the urge of the fan that has given to you like a rim and some slight voices hushing. Use me. Come back and be my champion.
So at this, Tomorrow looks darkly at the panther in front of her, and she has like a serious face on, and she brings her daggers up front, and then she, for the one that's right up front, she twirls it a little bit, and then she raises her middle finger, and proceeds to like just crouch a little bit closer, completely ignoring the voices that she hears and her fast heartbeat drumming just continuously as she tries to just get it done to see how many people are right at the carriage.
Hey. And I also want, as this panther, this silhouette or image of a panther coming up of the ridge, Caldruin and Interim, give me a religion check.
Oh shit. Religion.
Shit. Okay.
That's a 9 for Caldron.
Whoa. For interim.
For Interim, for Caldruin, you may have sensed something's not right. Something's amiss. As a cleric that you've been trying to train yourselves. So you felt this energy, unusual energy, but you can't even pinpoint it down. And as for Interim, when this panther showed up, you felt a surge. Almost unexplainable surge of energy. You can't even tell as of yet if it's a good energy or a bad one. But you both of you feel like suddenly someone's watching you with that presence over there. So, and as Tomorrow continues onward to seek out the carriage with the prisoner, move her here forward, and she could see an orc right behind, but with a boulder covering, she can't even see the ones in front. She can only see the orc just right behind, single orc behind, but the ones in front, she can't even discern how many because of the boulder covering her path. But also, the carriage reminded as well Tomorrow of something from her past. This MO of human trafficking is done by a certain noble she may have crossed, and she remembers a name very clearly. It's Murag, the orc noble from her past who has the shady business of human trafficking.
Damn.
But this she grits her teeth, and like her eyes are sharper than ever when she sees the orc, and then she notices how there's just so much scars and wounds, and how she felt pity for the
Half-elf.
prisoner that's in the carriage. And then she grits her teeth at the panther, and she mumbles under her breath, "I'm not gonna die here, and neither will he." So at this, she makes her way back, or actually she looks back at the party, and then she puts like a finger on their lips to say, like, to shush them. And then she says, she sort of just she makes like a do you do this? She puts like a one finger, and then she mouths, "I see one orc and one prisoner." I don't know if they can they make up like the shape of my
Yeah,
Human feet.
yeah,
Even
Leaky,
if it,
both of you could roll since, how
You
long
have
have you
what?
just been together. So, both of you roll me an insight. Insight, if you could discern the fingering and all the trust code.
okay.
That
I got it then.
So she's mouthing this, right?
Yep.
I can read people's mouths as long as I can see them. I can read their lips because I have the observant feet.
okay.
Oh, nice.
So interim doesn't have any issue on the coded, but yeah, Calderin, you could just roll me an insight since.
I got it then.
Oh yeah. Oh, you only see one, so you know there's like one, but you can't discern the others. So you know there's like one, but you don't know what one is. But yeah, interim, you know it's clear. Yours, the information given by tomorrow to your end is very noted.
Okay,
So,
then-
seeing oh, sorry, go ahead.
No wait. Interim kind of just makes this gesture, like points to himself and to Kaljuin, and then kind of back over to you, kind of trying to gesture whether we're supposed to go over there.
So she puts up her hand to stop, and then let's see, do I have a wait, let me just check my inventory.
Kind of also after like making that gesture, right? Looks back to Kaljuin. Got trouble over there. An orc and a prisoner might be a case of some sort. That's all that she said, right? Orc,
Yeah.
prisoner.
One orc,
Yeah.
one prisoner. Can I hear like I can only see one orc, but can I hear other orc?
Roll me a perception.
14.
You could hear two more voices just in front of the carriage, and as well as the sound of horses, resting their neighing. in front.
So I'm at this tomorrow directly looks at interim after seeing like Kaljuin's like a little bit confused face, and then she mouths I can hear two more. I can hear horses, but I'm not sure if there's more. So that's what she mouths to him.
And still, Cult Ruin right now is still clueless on what's what's happening, because interim and tomorrow clearly have this sort of coded speaking, or hush hush speaking.
In terms kind of just like, how do we put this? Oh god. Like, points to himself, and kind of, takes two fingers, like, kind of down, like, like they're walking, and like, and like, kind of has them sort of walk, like, they're opposite to him, like in front of him, like kind
Like to
of
flank
trying to
them.
make the to flank them, kind of making the gesture like
So
he's gonna like position himself.
I checked my inventory. Wait. So I checked my inventory and I have thieves' tools. Can I use my mirror to see if there are more people?
In front or in the back? Where?
I was thinking, what if I use my mage hand? How far is my mage hand? Will I be able to see that?
I think
Oh, I think it's a
60.
small mirror lang. No? Pero how small is a small mirror?
handheld.
You
Like a
are-
compact?
You are an arcane trickster, so I suppose you can do more with like your mage hands. I'm not sure what specifically though.
So is there any way for me to? Can you zoom out, Miguel? Is there any way for me to scoot a little bit closer to like the right and then use my mage hand to
Maybe here.
yeah, and then I'll just like use makikita ko ba yun?
As you move there,
Right.
at that point,
Oh, okay.
you see more clearly the ones in front. You see there's another orc as Tomorrow scoots from the open corner right there and moves behind the tree line. She sees the other two orcs that she signaled to enter him, as well as the horses. 4 horses.
That's 4 horses and 3 orcs.
But
So
then you
far.
are again now obscured with the rock from behind you, so it just confirmed your suspicion.
So I think at this Tomorrow now makes her way back quietly, like she's almost sort of like Catwoman mode. Best way to describe it. She goes back and she takes may cloak ba si Carsol? I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So at this parang she tugs like on the cloak and then she and si Elion ba?
She's wearing plate armor.
A plate armor. Okay, so at this she tugs on the cloak and rests it over the sleeping dragons. And then she looks up at both of them and she says, there were 3 orcs there. But I couldn't tell if there were more. They have a prisoner.
Are they the good kind of orcs with a criminal for a prisoner, or the other way around?
Well, I don't know about you, but a prisoner with a lot of, well, whip marks and missing fingernails, probably the bad kind, I'd say.
Then we might have to start getting it done, yes? Let's get moving. Let's see if we can help this man, yes? And then starts, like, kind of, getting off of the carriage to, like, do what he said he'd do in, like, signals, just maybe start going off in that direction to flank?
This way?
Like, kind of just keeps moving toward there, and like before getting further, kind of like looks back and sees what you other two are doing.
I'm going to hop down and tell both of them that no way I'll be able to sneak. So at most I can be a good distraction for whatever you guys feel like doing before they notice.
At this, oh, if only Alien were awake, we could have just thrown the dwarf in the middle of it all. So
I
she
actually thought of jumping off that cliff, but they might hear me coming.
Well, then that means we have to hit first and then you come after, yes? That's probably just how that goes.
Or I can distract them from this angle, from the front. Well, you guys, I assume you have ranged abilities.
Gus looks at his fishing pole. Looks back at his fish.
Oh yeah, you're a monk.
And then at this-
dagger rogue.
and then at this tomorrow like raises up her daggers and she like shrugs awkwardly.
But as
Sorry, I just
tomorrow
missed yesterday.
raises her daggers, you feel the energy of your fan inside your bag brimming, shaking. And you can hear the whispers once again. Use me. Use me.
Use me.
But this she looks at her like she's so annoyed and she like just like shakes like her bag where she keeps her fan and she just goes like, "Oh, shut up, will you? Just go away."
Okay.
Can I?
I'm
Can I
sorry.
make an insight check for that? Just like, you talking to me, girl?
Caldurin
just
just
like-
assumes she was talking to him and just stays quiet.
Well, she just like smiles awkwardly at them and just goes, "Well, the old man has Reggie and I have companions of my own."
Oh, I didn't judge you for the type, huh?
Right, old man. Maybe they'll meet Reggie someday. Who knows? So, she just like puts like she grips her daggers and she can still feel that she is being watched, and then when she just like looks at the direction of where she saw the panther and she just stares sharply into the distance before she walks down closer to Interim.
Much as I like talking to friends, don't think this is the time, yeah?
That's correct. Well, what's the plan?
This...
I'll make a distraction and you guys get ready to do whatever you want to do.
Okay. Can you top view, Mikkel?
So I'm gonna walk here.
Oh, that's the
Just-
front. Oh my god. I'm gonna...
Just close enough so oops. Just so close enough for me to not have to roll. Or maybe right here. And
So-
as soon as you guys tell me to, well, do my thing, I'm gonna walk front and distract them.
kind of like already starting to go like the opposite direction, going
Yep, same.
behind
The ridge.
the ridge.
Yep, same,
yes.
same.
Excuse me.
Like, okay. That way?
Probably behind the tree. Where's
Alright.
interim?
Right here.
Yep. Hold on. I mean, maybe like behind the rocks, but I want to be at a place where I have
You can pounce.
some sort more like yeah, I want to pounce and have some sort of like visual of everything. So like maybe just at an elevated
Okay.
area.
So somewhere above the ridge.
Maybe like here. On if I can get up onto that rock. Or yeah, the ridge. Yeah, the ridge.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, sorry. They're moving away from interim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Closer
took
to
a
me.
break.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not moving anymore.
Okay.
Interim could be here. Is that what Interim wanted to achieve, right?
Yeah,
to
as
see
long as
them.
like I mean, I want to be at a place where I can see them, but still sneak, but can also get the pounds. Yeah.
Okay.
Or-
And how about tomorrow?
For tomorrow, she wants to make her way, actually to the other side.
Oh, across.
By the trees. Using the trees as like a cover. Can you move me a little bit? Okay.
Like right here.
Probably dun sa kabila pang tree, nearest the rock.
Where the panther is, the vision, the image of
No,
the
no, no.
panther.
Yeah, behind that tree. For now.
Is the panther still there?
Oh, the panther is more of an apparition, more of an image, and since only tomorrow could see clearly, but both of you could sense that eyes are watching. Like you sense the eyes of the panther as well. Since you rolled a bit on.
As soon as both of them start going towards that direction, even before reaching where they are now, Calderin is going to. I'm gonna sprint. First of all, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself. Giving me a +2 in AC.
Okay, so your AC now is 20.
20, yeah. And as soon as I cast that, I'm gonna double sprint as fast as I can towards
The front.
from here towards here. Wait, what? Why can't I do it? Towards here, and I'm gonna intentionally trip and fall down and slide just in front of this guy.
Okay. So as Caldrin trips and falls, the orc notices three of them, the two actually, and two of them notices this dwarf, and yeah, to have more, everyone roll initiative. This one. It's the orc notice.
Okay.
It's this one out.
And 10.
That's a 6 for me.
Oh no.
Oh,
That's not good.
that is winkle. Stealth.
Oh. But they don't see tomorrow in interim yet, right?
No,
They're
no.
just focused on. Okay.
Also, as I fall, I'm gonna like scream, as if I were in pain, and then I hope to imply that I passed out.
Okay, so as Caldruin like faints, falls down, and then pass out with all of. Could you roll me a deception for that? Instead of act in pain.
-1. Okay.
Can do it.
Oh, not bad. 16.
Ooh.
So as you are agonizing in, are you fainted? No, you're just shouting in pain.
Like
You
as I
tripped yourself.
I was like, then when I hit the ground and slid, I pretend to like pass out.
Okay. So as for this orc, the one who's manning the carriage, she then points at the orc in front and just goes, "You there! Clear the way from that dwarf. If it's alive, toss it in with the prisoner. We could have a 2-for-1 when we sell this off to Master Murad. And yeah, tomorrow you are up."
Right, can you zoom out a little bit, Miguel?
Oh, sorry.
There we go. How many tiles away am I from that guy? That guy.
So here, then there. That's 6.4. That's
My
35.
35 feet.
what is my movement speed? Sorry. Ay, okay, 30 lang pala. So let's see.
I mean, you can probably, if RM allows, to pass the rock straight, unless it's hard terrain or difficult terrain.
Well, first things first, what about the guard at the back? Did he have? I didn't. But can I see, or did I see earlier, if there were keys for the prisoner?
You could roll for me a perception since you've reached there.
Beep boop boop beep boop boop. Ooh,
Okay.
it's a 20.
So the one at the back doesn't have the keys, but initially when tomorrow was above the ridge and you saw the 3 orcs with the horses, the one manning the carriage has the keys, as you glimpse. So the one behind doesn't have one.
So pag ganun ba, if I do a check or something, is that considered an action?
No, not really.
Okay. So at this tomorrow is going to probably stay hidden for now. But she's going to scoot in probably a little bit closer, but still behind the rocks for her movement. And then she still doesn't want to be seen. And then she's going to cast Hex on this guy at the back. Tama ba yun? For my action, I'll prepare one, and then I'll normal attack if he gets near, and then or I have a question. Let's say for example, when you prepare an action, can it be let's say a dodge one or whatever, or is it just an attack or something? Or
You could prepare any. You could prepare a dodge if you want.
yeah, so I think
Attack,
tomorrow's.
spell, dodge.
So I think tomorrow's just gonna prepare, let's say, a dodge after she casts Hex on the guy from behind.
Okay.
Okay. Should I roll now?
Yeah, you should roll for a that's range. Yeah, you could roll for
Yep.
for range.
How do I use that? I'll use parang hindi na siya to hit or anything pala.
It's more on because as you hide and then you cast a hex is more you throw a curse, like a curse spell, and then the target would take 1d6 necrotic damage when you hit it with an attack. So for now, what happens is you set it up. You know, the hex is on the orb, but then when you attack and then it hits, you have a bonus 1d6 necrotic damage when it hits.
Is he aware that he has it?
No,
We're not until
there's no save. No.
No save or anything.
There's no save, yeah. No, he's not aware.
Okay. Got it. So yeah, that's it for my turn.
Nice.
Interim.
Okay, so we heard that they were just gonna like throw Kaljuin in with the prisoner, right?
Yeah.
We heard that. How much progress are they making toward that?
Ooh. Well, 1 round is 6 seconds, so the orc might be preparing, approaching, yeah, after hearing the command. So, in terms of time, since 1 round is 6 seconds, and we're not yet even done with 1 round yet, so
Okay.
you
So-
just heard the command of Kaljuin fainting
Okay.
and picking him up.
So I'm just going to just move. Sorry, I forget how things work. How do I pull up this ruler?
It's M, I believe it's M.
And then how do I actually?
You
just
point.
left click
there
and
it is.
drag.
Oh, good.
Yeah, left click and
Oh.
drag.
Right click to remove.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's going to just hop around these rocks and everything from the bridge to go over to here. Nope, that's the tree.
Yeah, they could drop it there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going to kind of hold his action for when they're going to move Kajuin in. So he's going to hold his action for when they open the cage to get him in.
Okay.
Or when they like just attempt to imprison Kajuin to jump down and make attacks.
Okay. Mhm.
But that's going to be his turn.
Okay.
Because they're just opening it for us in that case.
Yeah, even before. Yeah. So yep, Kaljuin, for your turn, you still.
Okay. So, what I'm about to do depends on how you wanna, how you wanna interact with it, DM. But I was planning on the reason why I fainted because I wanted one of them to approach me. And as soon as someone approaches me, I'm assuming this orc in front of me is going to. I'm gonna try and touch his foot, and cast inflict wounds.
Okay, so you could repair that.
Yeah, I can prepare it, but it's verbal and somatic, so it's up to you if you'll allow me to murmur it and gesture just with my fingers instead of waving my arms around.
I'll have you to make a roll for if you manage
Okay.
to. You could try. You could
Okay.
try. So yeah, you will prepare the spell.
Mhm.
The
And
inflict
as soon
wounds.
as I do all of that, succeed or fail, I'm gonna use my movement to stand up and ready myself.
Okay.
So I'm gonna prepare all that.
Okay. So as for the prisoner, interim, you could see him tries to squirm, trying to break free, moving his hands and feet, trying to break free from the chains that bind him. Currently, as from the position where interim is, you could see this half elf with scars on his back and just on a loincloth, basically, and then his hands, one hand is tied to the other corner of the carriage and the other is basically, it's almost like an X shape for the prisoner, so his feet are also chained to one of the corners and the other feet is on the other corner. So then you could see him squirming, trying to use some of his strength and take advantage of this opportunity while the carriage is still, stationary. And as for the orc, from behind, after tomorrow, casts this curse on him, he feels this negative vibe energy, but as an orc, he just brushes it off and considers it, like hunger. So he just walks for his turn, just walks toward the front, because of this energy that he feels. So he feels hungry and might go to the side of the carriage right here in order to, open up the under storage where their supplies are stored. And yeah, now we come with the one in the front. As the one orc in front hears the command from the driver of the orc to pick up the dwarf, he moves slowly, ever so slowly, cautiously, holding his battle axe, and upon reaching near as close, Caldruin, you could make me doesn't inflict ones, right? You can make me your Arcana check, since you're gonna be trying to verbally
Arcana.
say that. All the spell types.
11.
Okay. So as the orc approaches Caldruin real closely, and as he nears to pick him up, you manage to murmur it successfully, and you deal enough damage on the orc.
Oh, I think I still have to roll for it.
Yeah, you have advantage then. You
Okay.
manage to.
Also, tells me I can cast it at a higher level. How do I do that?
On D&D Beyond.
and-
Oh, never mind.
on
Ignore me.
video,
I found it. I found it. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, you said advantage, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's worse. I rolled a 4 and a 2. 10. Oh my.
And for some reason, you tried to touch the leg of the orc, but with your short, stubby arms as a dwarf, the spell just slightly misses the orc's leg, and this didn't connect as close. And he now sees you, you meet him eye to eye, and yeah, as you prepared as well, you stand up and are ready. And the orc now prepares to swing, and combat would ensue. That was
Question.
tough. Yeah.
So I know that I said that I would prepare an action for when they do things with Caldruin, right? But that was specifically for if they open the cage. So I'm assuming
Yeah.
that's just gone now.
Yeah. But you could prepare another motion in case this happened. I mean, this one is basically 6 seconds has passed, so you've seen this all in real time. So you could react to, would allow you to,
now?
or your prepared action as well if you have a plan B, if that happens.
If you'd allow me with that, like with the previous prepared action and everything, just if it translates to when things happen with Caldruin, then I would be able to just jump down and jump down over and help them attack the one.
So
that's
as
going-
Caldruin gets up, you jump down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because at this point, you and tomorrow, if we're talking tactics here, both have advantage, since the only one that has been noticed right now is Caldruin. So your jumping down wouldn't even be detected by the orc in front, or the one getting supplies down by the carriage.
Okay. Why can't I move my thing?
Oh, it's still the other orc. So let me just fast forward for you first when you jump down. Oh, on your turn, maybe. Oh, no, wait. That was earlier, so yeah, you could jump down right now. I would just go back. Yeah, you could jump down. Now you can move it yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that
Yeah.
was the first round initially. So you saw as the orc, and also you saw Caldruin miss his touch on the orc. So you acted quickly. You know, it was a split-second decision, like a Hail Mary play. You jump down, or you jump above the rock.
Is it actually my turn, or this is just a prepared action? Just going
This is
to
for
make
the
sure.
prepared action, yeah. Because
Okay.
the top of the round would be the orc in front, the one holding
Got
the
it.
carriage.
Okay, just make sure. Yeah, I'm gonna jump down. I want to land on top of the one that's going for Kojuin, and then smack him.
Okay, roll me an acrobatics then from there.
Oh, well, I can do that.
Easy
I
for
apparently
monks.
can't do that.
Oh no.
Well,
You have advantage. I told you have advantage. You can roll an
Oh, okay,
You
okay,
have
okay.
advantage.
better.
17.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so as Caldruin gets up, missing the spell, out from above, this old guy... Yeah, describe how you managed to get the jump on this one. Above this orc.
I'm literally jumping onto him. So, like, just kind of maybe do a flip and land right on his shoulders and was like, oh, sorry there. Didn't see you. And then, bonk.
Okay.
Oh,
You could
Yeah.
roll me, since you've rolled high enough for acrobatics, that you could roll me for damage instead as well, for the weapon that you used to hit the orc. Is that-
Okay. I need to disable this. That's 11 damage.
Okay, so you hit the orc squarely in the noggin with your... That's your wooden rod, the fishing rod, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that takes 11 points of damage to the orc. And you're still above the orc, but then with enough force, you see the body of the orc. Let's go back to this one. Just drop down to the ground.
Oh, he's prone.
Yeah, he's knocked down prone because of the weight of the old guy on top of him and upon hitting on the hit right there. So, here we go. Yeah, so now it's the start of the second round, and as the orc driver sees this, he just grunts and just says, "Oh, who are you?" Everyone's confused right now. He's confused, and what he just decides to do is just to cast a spiritual weapon, and you could see this spear, this claymore, I mean, floating just right beside him. Right there, a floating claymore. And as his action, he directs this floating claymore towards straight, right there. Fly it straight. Just right there. And that's for its action right there.
Trick of some kind. It should have been obvious. Think of that.
Tomorrow, you are up.
for tomorrow, how many tiles away am I from this guy?
Which one?
The
the one
yung
behind.
nearest sa akin. Yeah.
It's more than like 9 tiles
40.
away. 45.
Okay. Kasi siya kumain!
Ano wag? He had the bad
Wait.
vibes. I mean, it's bound to happen. I mean, if you're down and you feel down, you gotta eat. I mean, stress eating. Come on. That's a thing, right?
Needed a Snickers.
So at this, tomorrow is going to just after hearing like all the commotion, tomorrow is just going to like walk up closer. Okay, wait lang ha. Like sobrang wow, thank you.
What's your movement?
I'm gonna move dun sa edge ng rock. Enough for me to
Right
see.
here?
So at this tomorrow, just like after hearing like interim and then Kaldruin, she's just like yes, self surprises. And then she's just gonna go like fine. So she's going to cast burning hands on this guy right here. And then for her bonus action, she's going to dash towards like the other side of the carriage.
Okay. Burning hands though, you need to.
Do I need to touch?
Beard.
No, not really. You're gonna do a range because it's gonna be coming out of your hands. So it's an instantaneous action.
15 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
Sakto naman ata.
But yeah, with fingers spread, and then there would be a cone shooting out, a 15-foot cone shooting out from the extended hands of Tomorrow.
Isn't
where
it
fire?
Dex save?
That would be a
for
dex
burning
save.
hands?
Yeah. For the orc. And at the same time, yeah, you're gonna be burning the carriage. Anyway, that's gonna happen. So as Tomorrow extends her hand and does the enchantment, flame comes out of it. Let me roll now for a saving throw for
Not
this.
gonna reach from where you are though.
Oh, it's not?
Well, then move me closer.
Closer? Yeah.
Yeah,
closer,
may
closer.
movement pa naman ako.
Right there.
So you wanna be on top of him or like just close enough?
No, just close enough kasi I'm going to use my bonus action
Oh, to dash around.
to dash to the other side.
Okay.
Okay. So as Tomorrow, extends her hand and casts burning hand. What's the saving throw for you? It's 13, right?
Beep, beep, beep. Yep.
13. So yeah, roll me 3d6 fire damage.
Wait. Yeah.
It's 9 for burning. So this orc takes 9, and now he's also burning from the flames. Let's put him down as well. He's knocked down prone. But at the same time, the carriage is also, this sparks on fire, and you can see the
Also-
reaction of the.
Does he? Sorry. Oh, just a quick question. Does the hex still apply since may damage na siya?
Oh yeah, any attack. Yeah, you could roll another
Another
d6.
D6.
Yeah,
4.
there you go. He is still up after the hex. So after it burns, the hex applies, and then you could see this orc now bleeding, spitting blood out and burning at the same time. While it's still breathing, but really light at this point, near death at this point. And at the same time, the carriage now is on fire, and you could see this ranger, this prisoner, trying to move his left hand and leg away from the burning, from the burning carriage. And this one also alerts the one in front because the smoke of the fire now reaches the ones in front.
So
Okay.
can Tomorrow say something to the
Yeah,
whisper
sure.
something to the elf? So she goes, So she again puts like her finger to her lips to shush him, and she nods at him, and then she says, "Don't worry, we'll get you out of here." And then she shrugs. A little fire doesn't, really hurt anyone. So she moves a little bit behind the carriage for like her dash, a little bit behind that.
What's your dash speed?
I don't know actually.
You
Where can I see?
moved away
30 feet, then look at
another 30.
Probably just like just right behind literally na lang na tong carriage.
I
Since
can
hindi
go
ako
that far.
Oh no, just behind.
Okay. Like that? Or like
Or
like that?
there. Na hindi pa, like I'm out of range, out of sight pa rin.
Yeah.
So
fine.
yeah. I'm good.
Okay. Interim. You're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna move away from like the guy I just knocked down, right? With like the notice of the spiritual weapon. He has a disadvantage to hit me because he's prone, right?
Mhm.
So I want to use the movement I've got to just go up. Oh, where is a solid space there? Next to this one and this. That's this. Yeah, you know what? Right on top of the lantern, even. Just
Yeah.
like.
Before you even, go back up to the lantern, the claymore just right beside you swings, and you take,
Spiritual weapons take.
yeah. It's just
Wow, they do opportunity attacks. Great.
You take 9 damage from the spiritual weapon right there.
Okay.
Slashes
Gotcha.
you out right there.
9
As you go up into beside the one in front.
Yeah, and I want to take my fishing pole and just like a baseball bat to smack him over the head.
Okay. Roll.
Oh my god!
You try to hit with your pole, but yeah, this orc's not like the other two, and manages to dodge from your initial swing of your custom-made pole. Caldruin.
Clever one on you. Wait!
Yes?
I have a
Oh.
bonus action.
Oh, you have your bonus. Okay.
Gonna use a key point to flurry of blows. Like I look up at him and it's like, oh, you're a clever one on two, and like just kick him twice with like a metal leg.
Nice.
One of those hit.
Yep.
Yeah,
At
one
least.
of those hit. Yeah, one of those hit. You made 3 hit. You made out of the 3 only 1 hit actually. So it deals 8 points of damage. As you try to punch its way, but this orc is really it's still standing and just shrugs and goes, "Is that all you've got?" And he just shrugs, and you can see this muscular body figure, as you punch. It's basically almost like bricks.
Oh.
Caldruin.
Okay. Seeing as my glorious plan failed, I'm gonna ready myself and attack this guy who's prone just in front of me with my warhammer.
Okay.
Oh, nat 20.
Okay. You
Uh,
can double roll your damage right there.
what do I? Oh, okay. So there's 200, just single-handed. That's an 11 to hit or for damage.
So,
And as for my bonus action, nope, nothing. That's it.
okay. So as Caldruin whacks this prone orc with his warhammer. You see yeah, you whacked him on his head, and it's almost like a watermelon exploding. So blood and guts.
Question, sorry. When they're prone, do they get automatic crits?
You have advantage.
Or is just advantage? Oh, okay.
Advantage.
Never mind it.
Okay. Move one. What's that? So you killed
Oh,
one.
he's dead.
Yes. I was worried that. And it's now for the veteran's turn. Or the prisoner's turn. So you could see still him squirming. And tomorrow you could hear like a slight hint that he's trying to speak to you because his mouth is also gagged. And you could decipher. Roll me a quick perception.
13.
Yeah, so you could hear him say, he's like, you can't discern, but you could listen. He's like, I can fight. Let me go. Free me. I can help you guys. This is almost like a broken common sentence for tomorrow. But the key words was he can help and he can fight. Just let him out of the cage. That's what tomorrow heard. And as for this one, it slowly gets up on its motion, even though it's burning. He gets up slightly from being knocked down. He brushes off like the earlier flames from the burning hands, and for its motion, it just sees tomorrow on the other side. So for its movement, it's gonna like walk towards tomorrow. This one, he is slowly walking, just there. So basically, that's his get up and movement. That's all his actions gonna do, and he is really bleeding badly as well. For the one in front, we're on the third round. So this one in front looks over at Interim, and then casts command on Interim. Interim, give me
Charisma save, right? Or wisdom?
wisdom.
Oh, thank God, it's not charisma. Okay. Oh no.
There.
I'll do it.
So as
Interim.
the orc faces toward Interim and chants a spell, Interim falls in its trance. And the only command it gives Interim is drop. As in, it will drop whatever you are holding. So you drop down your fishing pole, and you would automatically lose your turn. And basically, you skip a turn.
Yeah, I use my
when
turn
you
to
drop.
drop it. Yep.
Yeah. So that's for its action, and for its bonus action, it's just gonna move the sword toward Caldroin right there in front. Go. Tomorrow.
I change weapons. It's gonna take an action.
Yes.
So at this, tomorrow just straight up lunges and aims for its neck for a clean like a clean slice.
Okay. Roll for a hit.
Okay. That's not hit.
You try, but it misses. It misses clearly. And after you did your dagger to try to hit the neck, you again see the panther above. It's vision, and then it just goes. He just whispers again. Just use the fan. Be my champion. Just use the fan.
Tomorrow, she looks up at him and then back at fan at her waist, inside her bag, and she feels a little bit torn. She wants to use the power, but she's firm, and she grunts at him. Not coming back. And then she's just going to move or actually she's going to call out to Interim and to Caljuin for the keys. She's going to say we can set him free. The key is with the one controlling the horses. And then she moves back to the other side of the carriage, behind. She's going to use her dash for that.
Okay.
Sorry, where?
Other side of the carriage.
You're gonna run around the carriage.
Right here?
Oh, yeah.
So as before, tomorrow runs. So the orc would have an opportunity to attack. So it's gonna swing its great axe. Tomorrow, and it's a 20, so that hits. And as tomorrow flees, you take 5 points of damage as the great axe, cuts through your sides. Just 5 points of damage. Just
Yep.
as you run across to the other side. Okay. Interim. You could see now Caldruin and tomorrow when tomorrow reaches that and Caldruin notices the claymore in front of him, you can see Interim just in a trance at this point. You see he's not his normal self. He drops his custom-made fishing rod, and you could just see him go prone to the ground, just drop down. It is not.
He looks like a suicidal old man.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So that's first turn. Caldruin, you are up.
By the way, the sword, did it attack me already?
Not yet.
Okay. I'm going to... Is it the... Wait. The sword went before me?
In front of you. Just moved in front of you.
No, but is it still the same turn?
It's... What do you mean?
I mean, is it the top of the round again, or?
Oh, this one's for the orc in the leading a carriage. He is the one who controls the claymore.
Yeah, meaning, oh, it wasn't a reaction. It was a bonus attack, right?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Okay, I'm gonna ignore the sword, and I'm gonna rush to right here, right in front of the horses, and I'm going to cast guiding bolt.
Okay.
I
So
don't
as
wanna
you
waste,
ignore.
just sacred flame.
Okay, so as you ignore the sword, you take 7 points of damage from the claymore. It's just gonna swing at you.
7 points.
You're gonna cast Sacred Flame.
Mhm.
Okay.
Dex 14.
Okay.
It's no damage or take damage kind of save.
Yeah. So as you cast Sacred Flame, you see the orc instantly dodges even before the first sign of the ray of light coming down. So you managed to miss on your sacred flame with that.
Oh man. Okay.
Who's right here, right there. That's just out there. And now again for this one, for the prisoner, he is trying to shake off because at this point the fire is beginning to, engulf further the carriage. You could hear him squirm. You could hear his cry for help getting louder. Just breaking him free. And as for the orc, this one manages to follow on its movement, just right behind Tomorrow, right there. Is slowly getting behind Tomorrow, and he swings his great axe at Tomorrow. And oh yeah, and as he swings his great axe, Tomorrow, you have this like almost spider sense, and you dodge the great axe swing even before it lands. And now, as for the orc that's in front and sees now one is down prone, it now commands its spear once again to move just behind Caldruin right here, beside Caldruin. And the orc in front just stabs into him with its spear. And since you are prone, it will have advantage, and that's more than enough. And interim, you take 16 points of damage from that spear.
Damn.
It's a very powerful
My
orc.
God.
It stabs you right there.
You still okay?
Shit.
Okay.
6 HP. Okay.
You're fine. Nothing
Yeah.
but a flesh wound.
So you can see after Tomorrow dodging, the great axe, then you could see like streams of blood now coming from in front of the carriage where Interim is. You can see him like almost grasping to near death. Tomorrow, you are up.
So at this tomorrow. For this one, tomorrow is just going to try to get rid of this guy right here, the one in front, and
Oh, you mean the one behind you?
oh yeah, the one behind me.
Yeah.
So she is going to for her action, she's going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
And okay.
That's level 1 Eldritch.
A dirty 20.
Nice.
Then I roll na for damage.
Mhm.
It's a 10.
Oh, Mac.
Yeah, that's the max. Sweat. So as a crackling beam of energy comes out from Tomorrow, I have Eldritch Blast right here, but it's only level 4. There we
Can't
go, Eldritch
cast it.
Blast. Oh, that should...
Oh wow! Tingin! Meron na?
Yeah, but
this
I
one.
need to
Where is?
get control.
No, I can do it. I can do it.
Show us.
Animations.
Animation.
There, there we go. That was Eldritch Blast. So an Eldritch Blast, a beam of light comes out of Tomorrow and kills the orc, incinerating it to dust.
Nice.
So I think for this wait, sorry, let me just double check something. So I have this lasts up to 1 hour. So for my bonus action, I can cast it on someone else, right?
The what?
Yung hex ko, I can cast it on someone else.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to cast it on that shady person.
Okay.
Up there, and yeah, I think that's it for
I'm gonna
my.
move a bit here
Yes.
and cast it.
There we go. Interim. You are up.
I don't
you
like what's happening. Does it take an action or anything to pick up my fishing pole?
For now, you're holding your fishing pole, so the only action you can make is getting up and moving out. Unless you have a bonus action to attack. So you're prone.
No, wait. Oh no, I'm
Thank you.
prone.
Yeah, because after you've fallen down
Can't
from
you
the
spend
command.
your movement to get up from prone
Oh, yeah, you use
Yeah,
half
and still have
movement.
your attack?
Yeah, that's also a possibility.
Okay, so how does how the carriage, right? The cage with the prisoner. What's it made of?
It's mostly wood and a little bit of metal.
Mostly wood with a little bit metal.
The metal
Where's
are
the
the
metal?
railings. The railings.
The railings, like even up top and everything.
Yeah.
How much is this fire doing to it?
At this point, after the Eldritch, after the burning hands, it's still intact mostly, but it's slowly creeping inside toward the prisoner.
Okay.
Its structural integrity is still there. It's still standing. It's very well built because it's supposed to hold like this a lot of prisoners, or a lot of human traffic people, slaves or whatnot.
Very interesting. So, it's on. Can I see the keys on this guy?
As you are regaining consciousness, yeah, you could see it dangling on his belt right there.
What would it take for me to take it?
Sleight of hand.
Okay, sleight of hand. Give me something today, game. 14.
There we go. So as you try to use your fishing pole ever so slightly to hook out the keys from the belt of this orc, it notices with its quick glance and just transfers the key to the other side and just nods and puts the finger in front and just goes no sneaky sneaks, a little old man.
Oh, there's gonna be more of that later. I'm gonna use another key point to disengage as a bonus action.
Okay.
Nice.
And
See.
I need to get away from this dude. So I'm just gonna. I only have another 20 feet of movement.
So you crawl away with all your might and your wounded body.
Yeah, just go back out here.
Yes, right there. And just
I'm
right in front, tomorrow you could see like this old man squirming. You see Interim squirming with this for getting up.
I'm not even a century old yet. Come on, people. Yeah, that's all I can do.
Caldrin, you are up.
Question. In my feats, channel divinity, there's a parenthesis saying no action. So is it a bonus action?
You could take it on any of your turns, as long as you're.
Separate from action and bonus
Yeah.
action? Oh, I see.
So you can cast it. It's a
Okay. So
it's part of your class.
Oh no, I'm dumb. It takes one action. I'm gonna cast Preserve Life and cast it on the old man. You restore 20 HP automatically
Oh my god.
but you can't heal more than half your max.
Okay.
Curious.
We round down, right?
Hmm?
For like, you can't restore more than half your max. We round down, right?
Yeah, we round down. Yeah.
Okay, so I can get like only until like 15 HP.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then.
Okay, and then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast my healing word, first level healing word. At the old man again, and you heal for another 10.
Clerics.
Amen.
And for my
Amen.
action,
Did you just use your action for the channel divinity?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Channel
I did.
divinity. Yeah. You only
so
have
all I
movement.
have is movement speed. That's it. I'm done.
Okay. And yeah. As for the veteran's turn, it's there. The fire now is creeping to his like big toe. He could feel the burning his skin, this big toe skin, like touching the flames, and he's just trying his best to keep conscious and not fall unconscious at this point because of all the flame and fumes now behind this carriage. Yeah. Now it's this. What's Oh, it's the 5th round. And the orc now just moves towards in front of Tomorrow right there. And tries to cast command as well. Another command from Tomorrow. Tomorrow, roll me your a wisdom saving throw. Okay.
7. Tama ba?
Oh yeah, you
Yep.
got 7. Yep.
Nice.
So with the 7, you see Tomorrow again fall into the trance of this orc. And the command given is flee. So you move 30 feet away from the carriage. At this point, you see Tomorrow suddenly like run opposite direction. Right there. On the carriage just right behind. For its action, bonus action, it moves its claymore just right here. Tomorrow, you are up. And as
Can I do-
your turn goes up, you realize that you are just behind. Like you're supposed to be in front of the carriage, but now you're behind the carriage. What you're doing right now behind there?
So, I can move na ganon. Not yet.
Yeah. Good move now.
Oh, okay.
It just flees. It's just gonna move you away. Let's go.
You know what? I'm just gonna like run back and angrily like ano parang medyo Naruto style, running back and with both of my daggers on my side and try to like give him a quick slice. Oh no! So yeah, I guess I'll roll to hit.
So you run back towards him. Yeah, that's a hit. You roll for damage. Seven points.
So can I also use my bonus action for the second dagger?
Yeah, sure. Already a hit. Roll for damage.
Also, Hex.
Yeah, hex. And then hex. So ay hindi ko na try yung green flame blade.
Oh, you didn't use the green flame?
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh.
For next time. Realize ko lang din. Anyway,
Okay,
so yeah.
Take an additional 4 for the hex. And you see the orc after you sliced it in its neck with the dagger, 2 daggers, and then the hex popping off within the orc. You see it go down prone, or its turn. Go down prone. The claymore is about to swing at you, closing in to swing at you, but then it vanishes since the holder of the spiritual weapon needs to recast it because he has lost concentration in it. So interim, you are up.
Okay, that's interesting. Do I say something about that? No, I don't. I won't. Okay.
There you go. Vanishes.
So I'm going to move up to here. Is there any, like, with the fire and everything, is there any, like, weak points that are coming up in this cage now, or is it still, like, yeah, is there any kind of weak point I can strike to try to, like, open up the cage?
Oh, the wooden panel wall on one of the side doors before the railings where the gate of the prisoner is almost completely nearing its to burn down. So that's the weak point, the one in front. The one to the right side of the prisoner right there. You could strike that down.
Okay. So okay. I'm going to. So that means I'm just going back up there, correct? Because like that's where that is. That's the wrong guy. I'm sorry.
Caljuan suddenly. Yeah.
Oh god, I have to get you. So, oh, that works. Just up there again. I want to just bash my fishing pole in it to like see if I can just open this up so at least we can get this guy out.
Okay. You could just roll me a strength.
Oh, just flat strength, like no like damage from like the pole or anything. Or...
Oh, your pole arm. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm hitting with it, so I just roll that.
Yep.
Okay.
This is straight up damage. There we go. As soon as you whack it with your custom pole arm, with your fishing rod, it breaks. And as soon as it breaks, you could hear the metal clank, metal chain, 2 chains fall off. So the prisoner now looks and sees that his right hand and right leg are free, and now he's trying his best. Now, as you open it up, you could see him now trying to find any wooden object to serve as his thieves' tools or lockpicking to break free from the other 2 chains.
Okay. Does that just count as like an attack action?
I know. I would give just a bonus one.
Oh, that's a bonus. Okay. Huh. So, if that's the bonus action, then I'm gonna use my action to just stare down. Wait, is the orc unconscious now, or just lost concentration and prone?
Concentration and prone from the
Gotcha.
wounds inflicted. Right?
Okay. So I'm gonna just look at him, smirk, and give him another bonk.
Okay.
So he's prone. I have advantage on this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that hits.
25. That's gotta hit.
Yeah, that's got it. Ooh, that was a strong.
10 damage.
So as you hit the strong force, you could see almost half of his skull is already like almost like a coconut, nearly cracked open. You could hear that crack, and you could see blood coming out of his forehead, and a little bit of skin and muscle teared off. So he is badly beaten at this point, but still breathing. Caljuan, are up.
I'm gonna look at tomorrow and interim. Are we just going to straight up kill this orc, or ask any questions, or what are we doing?
We can very much ask questions. Much as I don't like his ugly mug, well, can get us something.
So tomorrow, she just like really, she like, she really looks at the orc, and then she pulls her dagger, and then she says, "I do have a few questions for him."
I don't know. I don't think we can afford to bring a criminal aboard our carriage. We're days away from the nearest town and city, and we don't have space. But at the same time, I'm not for killing randomly.
So at this tomorrow, like, Fire angrily snaps at Hadruin, and
She goes, randomly.
randomly, they were trafficking somebody. God knows what this orc has done. So she like sings that, or
Your mic is kind of jank.
oh, hello, is sings that.
No.
See what?
Gising?
He is currently almost nearing knocked out unconscious. Borderline on that. Basically zoning in and out of consciousness as, after the strong hit of Interim to the head by his fishing rod, custom quarterstaff, whole arm.
We're still in a fight.
Mm-hmm. But it's
Oh,
okay.
okay. So So for
Fine.
for tomorrow, what she would like to go up to him, and then put her dagger on his throat, and she's going to ask, "Who do you work for?"
And you see the orc zoning in and out of consciousness after, and his last words before bleeding out is where she slowly says Morag, and then it just dies.
Oh damn, okay.
So tomorrow, just she just looks angrily at the orc, and at this point she is filled with so much rage that you can see there's almost like a fire in her eyes, and you can see how tightly she grips her daggers, and she walks away, like a little bit just a little bit past Keldruin, and then she goes, "You do understand that not everybody deserves to live, do you? Clearly, you haven't seen how this world works. Wish I could say I envy you." And then she puts her daggers back in, and she just slowly walk towards the carriage, and then she shouts, "Oh, Interim, would you mind taking care of the horses? Maybe we can bring them along and speed things up for us. I would very much like to be in Elturel as soon as possible."
And before Interim could react, from behind Interim, you already have this. Interim feels this tap of the shoulder from the prisoner, because at this point he manages to break free from both of his locks, and the prisoner will just goes before even handling with the horses. Do you have food? And that's where we take our break. Okay, we are back. So last we left off was you guys rescuing this prisoner, and right now the prisoner is asking for food. And for tomorrow and the rest, you heard the name Murag spoken by the orc that before dying. And tomorrow throwing this personal rage. And it's the first time you guys saw tomorrow in this light. What happened earlier. And yeah, at this moment, the carriage is still catching on fire. And at this time as well, it's already almost the afternoon, past midday, nearing night after all that's happened. So, yeah. The prisoner now still in loincloth, and you can still see all his scars. There's an half elf, and you could see even up to his face, he is peppered with scars and cuts. He just continues on and says, I guess I owe you guys my thanks, and food is still on the menu as a priority for me. Could any one of you spare me some?
I'll give him one of my rations.
Okay.
The next town is 3 days away. You're going to need 3 days worth of food. And I do give him like one of mine as well, just like give him
Right.
that info.
Okay. So he may have 2 rations, one he's eating right now. And what do you guys do with the carriage? That's where we also left off. Since it's still burning a
I'm
bit.
gonna ritually cast Create Water and make it rain all over the carriage. And as soon as it dies down, I'm gonna cast Mending.
Okay.
Continuously to repair it.
Okay. So it takes
Also, you see Galdruin after that remark from tomorrow. Galdruin isn't angry. He has a very neutral face after hearing all of that. It's not that he wasn't affected. It's more he just let it soak in. But in his head, the reason for his I guess indifference is that deep down inside he knows he can't trust anyone, and it goes both ways for enemies and allies alike. So that's why he's always like seeming indecisive and can't always indecisive, and he just lets it pass and doesn't feel the need to explain himself to tomorrow, as he does all that as he mends the carriage.
manage the carriage, yeah.
So kind of while that's going on, Interim is going to like kind of just for now disconnect the horses from the carriage while it's like getting fixed up. Kind of just noticing like this odd tension that exists, but he doesn't know these people. And if anything, there are just people that exist like that. The ones that are more righteous, the ones who are more virtuous. How many kinds of people in the world that he's met. So he just lets that go and just does what he's supposed to do. Though he's also gonna check around for any other like supplies and anything that the orcs would have left, or loot. You know.
Yeah, loot.
Okay. You roll me a d20. Roll me investigation.
Okay.
I'd also like to assist the
Okay.
old man.
Then roll me with advantage.
Yep. Thing there, 16. Not bad.
Bad.
Okay, so as interim and Caltruin, scurry around and check the dead orcs, you guys managed to find interim mostly. You managed to find almost like pocket money of 50 gold, like in a bag, 50 gold, and 20 rations of food.
Oh.
So with the supplies right there, so there's 50 gold for pocket money and a note. And in that note, Caldrin may have spotted it from the dead orc, the one who's driving the carriage. You just see the wanted poster, the name Marquise Everglade, and the note from Murag, the noble, the Murag, the one who hired or employed, and just says to deliver him, dead or alive, to Waterdeep, and just pass by to Waterdeep. That's one of the notes right there. That Caltruin,
With no reason behind.
to be sold off. Be sold off as a slave in the far
Oh.
west.
The
That's
wanted
what
poster
it
have like
is.
a picture or something? Not that interim would know, but like.
It has the picture as well, and it's really the resemblance of the prisoner that you guys have, who is still currently eating rations, and you could see he really is hungry. He's like chowing down the ration that was given by Caldruin initially, and then the pack given by interim right on just his left side, and almost like kid-like fashion, mouthfuls of food, stuffing him in his mouth, eating. And
As I clock the letter and see him eat away, I'm going to approach him and just trying to be as courteous as I can be. Ask him how he ended up as a prisoner of orcs in a carriage on the way to somewhere,
then
alluding to the fact that I read the letter.
so he makes this big gulp, because he did this mouthful and coughs a bit, and he just goes, "Oh, yeah, about that. I first of all, I was laying low. I ran, escaped, you could call that. Tried to live a new life. But then, these orcs came out of nowhere, kidnapped me while I was having my rest as a ranger. I took a profession right now as a ranger after I fled, being a prisoner
Fled
before.
from where? Oh,
I was a
six.
prisoner, as you could see from my scars. It was really tough for me, because I fled being a captive and then he pauses, because he seems to recall the events, basically having this almost like a PTSD episode, and tears from his eyes, and he just continues on and says, I'm, to be honest with you, sir, I'm just an ordinary farmer before all this happened. I just wanted a quiet life, but my whole town just vanished off the map. I think, have you heard of Eleanor?
Do all of
Have
us
I?
hear this?
You hear the Eleanor, but you just, while you were looking for the supplies, you just open up the supply crate, and when you hear Eleanor, you interim kind of pause a bit. For tomorrow, she's still in her own, having her rage and still processing all that's happened. The Panther view, the Murag information, and the fan that she has in her person. So as Eleanor is said, okay.
Right, stops the looting and everything, just goes up. He doesn't say anything, but Interim does just go closer to just see where this conversation is going. Very clearly disturbed, but he won't say anything.
Do I believe him? Or no, before that, I'd like to ask him about the name he just said.
The town of Eleanor, you mean?
Or the town, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. What do you want to know about it?
Well, you mentioned it.
This is almost like any other town. Very quiet, peaceful.
And you were taken from that town.
Yes. Very tragic. Before I share more information, I think we haven't even met. Where are my manners? My name is Marquise Everglade. And you saved my life, and perhaps I want to know your names as well.
Before I give out my name, do I believe him?
You roll me an insight.
It's 17.
Yeah, what he's telling is the truth. He has nothing to hide with this one. And yeah, especially what he's telling right now is what he experienced in his journey leading up to here.
Then I ease myself and say, my name is Caldrun, and I am among friends, and I look towards tomorrow.
And is tomorrow the tiefling? Marquis just goes in. Is tomorrow the tiefling or the old man?
Tomorrow
We can have fun with
is
this and say that I'm today.
I chuckle and I point towards tomorrow, who's walking away, and that's her. And this here is also a new friend, I hope. This is interim.
Right. And Marquis just continues. If we are gonna proceed any further of you guys probing on my past, may we set up camp away from the road, or are we done with this carriage? Because I think I know a good spot for us to camp, being a ranger for 3 years at least.
We will get to that. Catherine, going to need to talk to you for a second.
I nod and follow the old man.
Do you want to go over to a place where no one can quite hear us? Or at the very least, Marquise can't quite hear us.
Okay.
And just go... So if we're really bringing him with us...
Marquis, if you don't mind, just approaching tomorrow. We have our other companions just over this ridge. Be nice for them to at least know about the situation.
Oh, so you mean I wait here, or where are you guys planning on going? Yeah, I need some filling in.
So I gesture to I didn't hear his name, right? Because it was just them.
Yeah.
So I just like look at him. Hey, you. Let's get you some clothes. So I like motion for him to come follow me, and I move towards the cart.
Mm-mm.
And then I find like in my bag I find like my cultist robes, and I throw it at him. You know before.
Yeah. We have 3 actually.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I give it to him, and then I like take some like meat out, and like here, can use this to set camp. I assume you can carry this, and well, let's wait for them to get back and finish looting. And then I look at him and I ask him, so what business did you have with Murag? Was he
Me?
simply selling you off?
Yeah, Marquise just points a finger on himself, said, "Me? I haven't met this Murag. If so, what happened is they got me. But I think, yeah. Then as you give the cultist robes to him, and he sees, the clothes, and he just, I think it has something to do with this. Well, as he's putting on the cultist's robes to, dress himself up.
So at this tomorrow, just like she nods, and then she moves closer to him, like with her dagger twirling around her fingers, and then she goes, "How do I know I can trust you? How do we know we can trust you?"
You can have my bow.
All right, I'll take that. So she happily like puts it on her back, and then she goes, "Well, how far is this camp that you speak of? Do you think we'd have to go quite far? I assume you must have seen a little bit more of this forest than we have."
As a ranger for 3 years, I might have. Yes, if your other companions are already done, then I could lead the way.
All right. Well, maybe you can start chopping up the meat. You know, make yourself useful.
Okay, not a problem.
So at that tomorrow, like make sure first that he's not too near the cart, and then she makes sure that the cloak is fully covering. Like she just takes a peek at the dragons and looks at Carsol, and then annoyingly shakes Elion a little bit, like even gives her like a light slap on the cheek and how nice. And then she just waits for them to come back.
Interim pulls Caldrin away, so both of you are talking somewhere far from Tomorrow and Marquise. What's going on between you as you? At this point, you're done with looting, right? So you've recorded you have 50 gold and 10 rations. That's what Interim found.
Didn't I find 20 rations?
Oh yeah. Oh, I missed. It was noted here. Sorry. It was 20 rations. 50 gold, 20 rations. And then the wanted letter from Murag, which is with Caldrin. Okay, I'm just checking on that. So you guys walked away, right? Interim called Caldrin's attention, and you guys walked after hearing the Emelinor, place.
So, first of all, this Interim kind of takes a second to kind of just gather himself before just looking over to Caldrin. So, what's your feeling on this guy? If he's really from Emelinor, then he has nowhere else to go. He's an unlucky one to be alive.
Well, sir, you're a harper, and there's no point in hiding it. But I'm obviously not very trusting of people. No, not even my current companions, not even you. But despite that, I do believe at least what he told us about what happened to him, his circumstance. So at least I know he's not gonna attempt to stab us in our sleep.
If anything, we're always going to be sleeping with one eye open anyway. But we have another problem. If we were just going to bring him over to Elturel, that would be fine. But with the current situation, and the other people, and not people that we bring, is that a good idea to do? I want to bring him to a safe place as much as anybody else here. But considering that we're traveling with great beasts that are babies right now, how exactly do we plan on doing that with this man?
Wait, you're asking me if whether we should stop by his town to drop him off, or go straight to Elturel, right?
No. His town is gone.
Oh, okay.
There is nowhere else he can go. And Elturel is the closest place that he can go, but given our situation with the dragons and everything that you guys are doing and everything I'm going to do, how do we handle this?
Well, if he's coming along, I personally don't mind. He seems capable. Probably not the best, given he got caught, but still an able hand. I would prefer if we could just drop him off in Elturel once we get there. Concerning
And
the
what-
dragons, though,
There we go.
well, there's no point in hiding the dragons.
The less people know about the dragons, the better. Word
Well-
might reach the cult, word might reach anyone in Elturel. And I don't think it's good to tell people that, hey, there are dragons upon your midst.
He is a ranger. And I don't even know what we plan on doing with the dragons, to be honest. I feel like the rest of the group prefer to have them as companions. I personally would prefer if we left them off somewhere to someone reliable, I guess is the word. But at this situation, I'm tending more towards just letting him know, because I don't think we can handle any more complications by hiding it, by lying to it, to what's his name, Marquis. Is it Marquis?
Marquise.
Or
Marquis.
Marquis.
Yeah, he has his name right there.
You see, boy, I don't know if he knows it or not, but it's maybe not quite dragons themselves, but that cult that with his little town. I don't know how he's going to feel if he does know that, and that we have dragons on us.
Well, I guess we'll just have to make a bet. Make a gamble, I guess, on him. We've done our part, or at least we're doing our part by saving him, accompanying him, and just hope that once we get to Elturel, that the Harpers, your organization, will be able to keep him and possibly train him. Another ally wouldn't hurt.
Suppose we'll see about that. Right, I've kept you for too long. Let's go see what the other two are doing here.
So as
Especially after that
interim,
little episode. Oh, sorry.
huh? What do you say?
No, this is the ending statement. Especially after that little episode from your friend there. We have to see if he's still alive.
Okay. So as interim and Caljuit now, are you gonna be transferring the load from your previous carriage to this new carriage, or are you gonna drive the old carriage toward the area where Tomorrow and Marquise are, which happen to be the location of the where the ridge is?
I assume that we're transferring because they
Also,
make me.
Oh, so you're planning to transfer to use this new carriage as the new one. Okay. So as interim and Calgerin are beginning now to pick up the load, especially also the sleeping bodies of Carsol and Elion. We head back quick to while the conversation between Caldroin and Interim happen just beyond the ridge. Marquise, continuing on the thought that he was dressing up in the cult, and his last statement on Tomorrow was his problems may lie along with the cult. He musters the courage and asks Tomorrow, Miss, you have this uniform. Are you part of them?
No. If we were a part of them,
Wouldn't we just have killed you?
Then how have you acquired these?
Trying to get more information in the cult. Thank you for letting me know that old rag.
It might be so. Then, as he ponders more deeply, we tomorrow and Marquis see Interim and Caldruin, bringing some supplies, loading up the new cart, and Marquis just continues. Is there anything I could assist you? And then as he says that, Caldruin and Interim, you see Marquis not anymore in loincloth, but in the initiate cultist uniforms.
This tomorrow goes like, doesn't he look wonderful in these? Better than that old little grimy loincloth, I might add.
Why the fuck do you even have those?
See, I'm an adventurer.
You're cutting
You're
off.
cutting off really bad.
So, let's just say that, gotta get information directly from the source. At one point. What? Would you rather see him in loincloth with his little dangly limbs all day? If so, be my guest.
I can't choose this outfit. Okay. Go on.
I do have some vestments for my clerical duties, I guess, and I'll offer them up to Marquis.
Okay, so
Maybe wear this instead of that one, and as I hand it over to him, I say also, and I pull out the tarp. What are we using to cover the dragons?
Carsol's
I-
cloak.
Yeah, Gersol's cloak, and show him one of the dragons. Also, don't be alarmed, but we snatched a couple of eggs from the cult, and they happened to hatch yesterday. And before you say anything, no, we are not a part of the cult. Yes, we did go undercover. But I assure you that we're good people. And I look around as I say that, sort of questioning if I even believe what I'm saying, but I say good people. And it would be of great importance to us if you didn't, if you don't talk about this once we go our separate ways. Yeah, that's it.
Your life, you keep this secret. Easy, right?
And you can see Marquis just nods, and while helping Interim load up the last remaining, boxes of elk meat. And finally, as everyone now is set with this new carriage, for horse-drawn carriage over the last one, that's 2 days. to.
What about our 2 other horses?
Oh, you're gonna make it 6 horsepower
We
carriage?
can't leave them. What are you? What kind of person are you?
Are you trying to make a car?
like a sled?
A sled car?
Like, how fast are we going now? How many days will it take us now?
Fuck! Are we just gonna set them free in the wild?
Okay, so you guys managed to make this new contraption of a 6-drawn horse carriage. That would make it you guys in terms of speed would quicken.
But maybe keep the 4 pulling the cart or the carriage. Maybe have at least one of them give it to the ranger and have him scout ahead.
What if you please? Or I can be on horseback. Can I be on horseback?
Yeah, anyone
We
can.
attach our cart to this carriage and then have all
We
of
have a
this
train.
space.
Like a caravan. Okay. Like a big caravan.
Yeah, we can also do that. It is in hours anyway, so
Elturel.
So, what is it? Is it that you have like this big caravan with the 2 carriage horse-drawn, or the initial 4 carriage and then the 2 carriage following right behind or tied from behind? How's the image?
yeah, I guess we can do a caravan.
Okay, so basically you have almost this trade caravan of the 4 horse and the 2 horse. Okay.
We can maybe put all of the. We can all. What do you call it?
Maybe supplies on the bigger one, and then the sleeping 2 on the other one.
You're gonna be transferring again the sleeping Carson and Elliot back to the old car.
No, I was
Maybe.
thinking because the carriage is still a cage, right? Like a prison.
Yeah.
The dragons in.
We can
the
put the
cage.
dragons in, yes. Yeah,
But then
at least-
aren't they? Do we have more cloth to like cover the sides?
No, we can just put cloaks over them inside.
Over them
So-
inside, yeah.
They're still sleeping soundly, right?
Hmm.
At least we won't need to worry about safety.
If we have the boxes of meat, maybe we can put them in a
Inside
box.
as well.
Yeah, in a
Right.
box.
So the elk meat and the dragon in the bigger carriage, while the others and your supplies, basically the party is with the
Mhm.
OG carriage.
Yeah.
There's like you can sit 3, I guess, in the front, the big carriage.
And
So who's
interim can.
driving the which carriage now?
Interim
I'll
can
drive the
probably
smaller one.
the bigger one.
Okay, interim for the bigger one.
Or we can ask that person to drive the smaller one. Inalibre!
But we leave a random stranger, our party members who are asleep.
No, I'll drive. I'll drive our original carriage
Okay, so Caldruin.
with the 2 AFK.
The sleeping. Yeah. So as you guys did all the transferring and retransferring, well, obviously only the one that needs transferring was the sleeping bodies of Carsol and Elion back to the original carriage, and everything's all set up and prime, and Marquise just goes and shall we go? I could scout ahead. I could direct you to the ideal campsite, and I guess we could continue our probing there as to avoid any unwanted attention on us here on this ridge.
Maybe we can venture a little bit more until sundown, and then we look for a camp, or I mean, we set up camp.
Okay, sounds a plan. So as okay, go ahead.
Can I do one more thing?
Okay.
I want to to be so that there is even less evidence that something went wrong here.
Okay.
So I want to hide the body.
I assumed we tucked them in a
Maybe
corner
somewhere-
somewhere. Yeah.
like
Burn
somewhere
them.
that's not gonna be found.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so
God.
that so that we don't have to. Yeah, so we don't have to deal with anything that's going to follow us, anything that's going to ask questions as to what the fuck happened to the orc people.
Or Dragon PD.
Okay, that
I'm just kidding. Please
The
carry on.
Millers. The dragon did.
Okay, let's bury
Okay.
them.
So yeah, you guys managed to bury the orcs. That's littered, basically. The one dead on top, you move that body down, and yeah, the other two you buried on a decent side away from the road, without fuss, without problems. And yeah, then after which the rest of the party, you guys are off, making your way throughout the forest and approaching almost like a full moon, nearing the end of the 17th of Mirtul and going on to almost 2 a.m. of 18 of Mirtul, and that's where Marquise then decides and says, we've traveled long enough. I think this area, this campsite, is good enough. The trees could cover, and no one would attract any attention at this point. This is an ideal place now. Just continues on with that. And as you guys set up camp, you see interim right here. You managed to
Sorry,
set up
what's the name again of the noble?
Murag.
Murag.
Murag. Okay, thank you.
So you guys managed to set up camp with Marquise right here, and everyone else, making yourselves comfortable. It's a quiet night. So as who did I miss? Yeah, everyone's here. So as you guys, starting now to settle down after a long days of travel, Marquise just continues on and says, "Okay, this took some time for me, to process, but so you guys are investigating the cult of the dragon. Why?"
Because they're gonna lay waste to Faerun? I don't know, you tell me.
Oh,
fuck them for the things that they've done.
and that's good to hear that. Then his voice are like breaking, and then he just recalls, but where were you when my town fell? Where was all this?
Interim goes super quiet for a bit and then just perks up. We tried. We really did. You were one of the unlucky people to actually make it out of there. You'd probably be happy with the rest of your family and friends, don't you?
If it wasn't for my companion earlier in Eleanor, he was the one who broke us out from being prisoners by the cult. Without him, I wouldn't even be here. Or even trying to be a ranger. Or trying to restart a life anew. I wonder where he could be right now.
What was his name?
His name's Yesterday.
Oh fuck!
Oh fuck!
Beams! Daddy! Daddy yesterday!
He left. After we broke out, 15 years. Well, you guys reacted that when he was... and Marquise was... where... You know the guy?
Well, Caldruin just remains calm. It's just me who goes, oh fuck!
Oh, okay. Oh, you
Yeah,
thought
same,
everyone-
same.
Same.
In terms of no shit about who yesterday is, just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
So-
This
asked
tomorrow
him,
raises a brow lang.
Mm. Yeah, and as he says the
would
name,
you-
yeah, he's just like massaging again his the scars from his back and sometimes from his face. Well, after saying the name yesterday.
do you
What they do
mind
to you?
describing what this person looks like?
Yesterday, half elf, sort of annoying, obnoxious, a little, murdery. Is that the same to yesterday we're thinking of?
Then he just perks up and says, "So, you've met him? Where? When? How?"
He went AFK a couple of sessions ago. No,
Did you meet him yesterday?
you know, we met him yesterday. He sort of went into his own little quests. About what he didn't say, but we did agree to meet up in Elturel somehow. So it's probably in good faith that we ran across your smugglers.
Hmm. Well, that's him. You describe him perfectly. I mean, back when Eleanor was still there, he was the one who held the biggest grudge against the cult, not me. I just want to survive at this point, but he wants vengeance. He's just out there, maybe doing what you do right now. I'm not sure. But I know he has a list. He is trying, after we've gotten away from being prisoners of the cult. His first name on the list was Resmir. He's the worm speaker. I don't know if you guys have met him. Or her. No, yes, it's her. Resmir the...
We have, yes.
You did?
You did?
Well, not directly, but
So you
we saw
managed
them.
Then,
When we went undercover. Tomorrow, myself, yesterday, and another person currently not present. Yeah, very menacing.
To contact with the worm speakers. The fuck are you all still here?
you guys are lucky to be alive.
Aren't we all?
One would say. But look, I wouldn't say we started this ban for the sake of stopping the cult, you know. To be honest with you, I didn't even know what was going on outside of my well, where I lived. But somehow we all ended up in the same place. The exact same place where the cult started to attack. And that very night, I guess we just were the only ones capable and did our best to defend the town. And one thing led to another, and here we are. Talking to strangers, dragons, or wormlings.
I mean, that
So I'm
Marquis-
sorry about your town, but I'd be lying if I said that I tried. Because I know I didn't.
Then Marquise just smiles. Just smile. And just says, at least the silver lining here is that we have hope. That's the least I could do. And the least, or if ever, then he looks over at tomorrow. And he just continues on and says, if ever you see yesterday, he wants that bow. He really wanted it. Me and him go back in Eleanor. He looks me up. I was a better marksman than he is. And he strives to have that bow. It's a prized bow passed down for every marksman in the town. Keep it till you meet him.
Tomorrow nods and yes, sure, I'll keep it. I'll think about it if I should give it to him, that little devil. But we'll let him know we found you. And who knows, you may even see him in Elturel. If we get there in one piece, that is.
I'll sure. We all get there in one piece.
Get there. We have to.
And with that, I assume the party takes a rest now. Unless, is there anything else the party wants to talk about?
Are we doing watches? Because I do kind of want to speak to Marquis just a small bit, but when the other two are asleep.
How about the other two? Party doing tomorrow?
Just before heading to bed, I'll check on the wormlings just to make sure they're locked up safe in the what are we calling the cage?
Oh, the carriage. Yeah.
And just make sure that Carsol and Elian are both still breathing
And safe. Yeah.
and
So,
next
for
to the
tomorrow.
wormlings.
For tomorrow, after Calduin, she's gonna check in on the wormlings, give them a little head bats and boops, and then what she's gonna do, she's going to put Carsol's arm over Elian's arm, so they're like in a spooning position, and she's gonna be, oh, adorable. Good night to you too, and then she's gonna put the cloak over them. And then she's going to move a little bit away from the party, and she's going to kneel down, and she's going to open her bag. She's a little bit scared. She hasn't touched those in a long time. And she's going to take out 2 fans. At first glance, they look normal, but if you look up close, there's a lot of intricate details in it.
It's black and silver with purple markings on them. Though it's very faint right now, she can feel a pulse of power. She can still hear the voices faintly, and she just holds it tightly in her chest. She looks around, and she knows that she's always being watched, but she can feel that she's being watched more intently now more than ever. And as she's clutching it to her chest, she just goes, "Nilo, if you were here, you'd know what to do. You'd know how to set things straight." And then she looks for a sign, a crow, a panther, or anything that could be watching her. And when she doesn't, really see anything, she puts it back and gets into her tent.
And that leaves Marquise and Interim, alone now in the camp, while the other two, the rest of the party, are now retired to their sleep.
Interim is going to tell all of this in Elvish. Marquis is a half-elf, am I correct?
Yes. Yeah.
So... Boy, tell me about your little town. What kind of place was it?
It's Emelinor. It's just outside of Parnas. One bigger city. One bigger town, I mean. And it was raided by the cult. Why? And you're speaking on me in my Elvish tongue.
Well, that's more just because I'm hoping these other two are not gonna heed it.
Then you know more? You know more than the rest then, old man.
Were you there for what happened in Elmenor, or were you already captured by then?
You were
People
there on the
did.
night of the raid?
People did try to save it, It was my job too. Mine and a couple other companions, teammates, friends. We went into there to find out what was going on, what exactly the cult wanted. And you see the result. We tried. We really did. You're not the only one who's lost a lot from that. A friend of mine was actually from there as well. Please go on.
As after Interim says that one of his friends, you heard him say "I," and then breaks down, and then you can see tears from Marquise, and just says, he continues on and just says, "I feel a lot of rage and unplaced anger after you told me everything. But at the same time, it's conflicting as to how I react. Because I can see also the sincerity in your eyes that this cult is something bigger, something more threatening. And if you and these fledgling adventurers, if you want to call them that, are the hope into stopping this, then by all means, prevent another Emelinor happening. Then he just sits down again and, tosses another log in the fire just to keep it going. How many did you save?
Huh?
Did you manage to save some of my townsfolk?
There could be some that escaped. We did our best to get as many people as we can, but I don't think it was that many. It's just how big the cult was at that point. And that was decades ago. Imagine now. What happened? How much more they've grown. I've spent the last decades of my life running away from them. Running away from that past and that failure. Disrespected friends that I've lost. Either people from the town or even my own comrades in that mission to save your people. And from here, like Intern just goes off and says a couple of different names. Vaki, Mela, Mika, Romaine, Reginald. All of them I carry with me. As I try to redeem myself for that failure, and even more so for running away from it. You will get the justice you deserve.
And with that, Marquise just nods his head out of respect and says, "Interim, I really do hope so. I really do." Then he goes into his tent and sleeps. Interim, is there anything else in your mind after that encounter?
Interim just sits by the fire more, a little bit closely, just trying to get heat. Kind of tinkering a small bit with like his metal leg, and takes the fish off his back to just put him on his lap. You would like that, wouldn't you, Reginald? You would, wouldn't you? And just continues his watch for the night until morning.
And as the night goes on, and until the day, Interim managed to hold off, to manage to stay on all four watches. And as dawn breaks,
we can swap.
So at midday, so first two half, and then you woke up Caldruin, and Caldruin took the next watch. And at this point, it's almost daybreak, almost dawn. Caldruin, you're the one. You were the last one on the third and fourth one. So you smell this dew of from the grass and from the pine trees, fresh scent. The sun rising on the west, and your fire already done. So ash at this point, and it's a good day. It's no harm, no storm. Do you manage to wake the party up at this point, Calderon?
Before I do, I just go for a quick stroll around the perimeter of the camp.
Mhm.
Just because it's been a while. It's been a couple of days since we were, or at least since I had this much quiet, like, or any semblance of peace. And I just want to savor the last, I don't know, 10 minutes before I wake everyone up. And just reminds me of home. And then I think back to, I look at my amulet and I think back to the ambush. And my anger just comes back up. And I shake it away and wake everyone up.
So who did you wake first?
Carsol and Ilion, but they're still AFK, so I'll wake tomorrow up. And then check on what's his name, Marquise, and then lastly Interim.
Tomorrow is still asleep even after Caldruin.
Yep.
Okay, heavy sleeper. So as Caldruin checks on Marquise, a slight tap, and Marquise wakes up slowly and greets Caldruin. Yeah, good morning. Yeah.
Smiley day. Good morning.
And yeah, he checks around the camp as well, and just asks Caldruin. So you also have fed the dragons this morning?
Actually, that's the reason why I woke you. If you're gonna accompany us, might as well learn a thing or two about dealing with these dragons.
Okay.
So I lead him in and teach him all 3 words, or no, just the sleep.
So as he's trying, as he's trying to learn.
Sorry, my dog just threw up.
Oh.
That's okay.
And then, yeah, who was next to wake up? See, Interim. Yeah. So as he's trying to at the same time accompany Caldruin in feeding the wormlings their breakfast, and trying to practice the proper intonation and the proper saying of the word sleep in high draconic. Interim, are you awake already, or you're also a heavy sleeper like tomorrow?
No, Interim's awake. Takes him a little bit to get up. Like, sees tomorrow, like, still asleep, and is like, oh, just gonna leave her like that for now after whatever the fuck yesterday was. Not yesterday the person, but yesterday the day. God damn it. And just maybe see if he can just get a little bit more fresh air as well. Maybe climb up a tree and just chill there for a sec. Also trying to just see if there's anything around us and all from that vantage point.
So as Interim Rhea climbs up trees and just looks around and surveys the vast wilderness and forest, you notice none. It's really peaceful, tranquil, and quiet. No untoward character or sounds that isn't a peaceful forest, and everything's clear. at this point. And that's when, Marquis sees you also on top of the trees and says, "Oi, you are quite a climber, I see." After he's done with the dragon feeding, and I guess Caldruin, when Marquis notices, also looks up and sees Interim just above the trees and just looking out.
These bones have been fed meat, kids. Really gotta have your milk and calcium. Just climbs back down. Like, he was honestly prepping to, like, sleep atop one of the branches, but then he was noticed and was like, oh, nope. Back down. To go check on the dragons as well.
And Marquis just looks over and to Caldruin and just says, "We could leave as soon as now. I mean, the weather's fine, and I guess we just need to wake up tomorrow. Could you do that? So I could begin scouting ahead as well."
So at this, I think tomorrow's parang she's also awake.
Mm-mm. So as
she's
yung so wake of tomorrow, Caldrin, do you follow through with the with Marquis' request of waking up tomorrow?
Yeah. But I'll just kick Moore's boot.
So
I'll just keep
before
tapping on her boot.
Yeah. So before the kick happens, you already feel tomorrow is already half away. So before you even landing the first kick, you already see the slight, body groaning and slowly getting on. But you still kick nonetheless. So tomorrow felt that.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm at this. Tomorrow is like still half awake, and then she realizes that Caldruin is like in her tent, and she freaks out, and she she just like casts thaumaturgy and just like booms, "Get the fuck out of my tent, you stupid dwarf!" And then she just like throws whatever she can grab at him, like really angry in the morning.
I expected this from the half devil, and just accept it and walk away.
Through that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Kind of
Go
from
ahead.
that, he just peeks into the tent like, "Oi! You're not supposed to be so loud. You're scaring out the birds and protecting whatever the fuck could be out there too here. You might not want to be so loud, yeah?" And just
Well,
peeks
he's
back
in
out.
my tent.
You don't have to be fucking
You
cranky
can stay
about
here if you want, but we're ready to go.
I was already awake, thank you. Now, just give me 5 minutes. Jesus. I mean, whoever God.
Whoever got.
Sino bang herald niya, no?
Ni Jesus.
Yeah,
Dito sa
wait,
feet.
you're a warlock, right? So you have a patron.
May patron siya. Yeah.
Or
But,
patroness.
nga, it's really curious. Why didn't tomorrow say the name? Huh? Why? Why didn't you say
It was
the
Jesus.
name? No, it wasn't. Yeah. Yeah, and even Marquis was like, Is he a halfling or why is
I
he-"
hear that I think there's a story about Jesusem, who is like some sort of big sage or something in the south. Like could walk on water and all that shit, but that was a little bit of a sham. I'm not sure.
My absolute favorite, turning water into wine. That's
Ooh.
Jesus for you in the south.
Really wish that man actually existed, huh? That's actually Can you
Well,
imagine
I
the kind of things
heard-
you can do with that?
I heard he's from a different plane, so who knows? Maybe we'll get to meet him one day. Sorry,
While
Jesus.
they're
for being-
chatting, I'll start packing up.
Yeah.
camp,
As
and,
all this conversation is going, everyone's just packing as well and getting ready to leave.
and make sure the dragons are fed, and right after eating, I'm gonna command them to sleep.
Yeah. So at this point as well, you guys could reduce again another
pack
a ration.
rations.
Yeah, pack on rations for.
On that, something that Intern would have done, right? He
Yeah.
was able to get 20 rations from like the orcs, so he would have like
Yeah.
split that with everyone in the party.
Oh, yeah. So interim could have you could minus it yourself for the rest.
Yeah, but we are like 6 people, so everyone would get like 3
Three.
rations, and he would keep like the extra.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Inventory. Manage inventory.
And yeah,
Yeah.
we're also sharing this with Marquise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 6 people.
So
3 rations.
so everything horses fed, dragons fed, the light panther of who's Jesus or what his race is or what his
Pray to the
abilities
people
are.
who will be watching this live.
I don't know, maybe I could edit it out. So yeah, you guys journey on, going ahead, and then midway, around 9 or 10 in the morning, you see Marquise just just jumps out, and seeing this hill or ridge, a rocky ridge, he just quickly climbs. You can see his ranger striding quickly, going up, and he just yells at all of you from below. He says, "Hey, I think I know where we are, and I know how close we are to Elturel. Come up here. Let me show you."
We done it.
I'm happy to stay down here.
Then he
You know, dwarf and everything.
Can I
But the-
try to carry him?
you can
And then
try.
like pass him to the...
in like armor and everything.
I am 143 pounds with just my backpack, and probably another, so twice 300 pounds altogether. Oh damn, 20.
Tinignan ko lang.
So yeah, even with the Caldruin declining the offer, Caldruin feels the hand of tomorrow, and then suddenly whoops up, and you manage to
Yeet!
climb up. You yeet up. Yeet up.
Woman, please drop me
I want to
down.
get like a couple backflips in
This
before
is
like getting on
too
this tree, but then like Caldruin like pops up next to me up there, just like oh, look back down to tomorrow.
Put up a thumbs up. And then I go like, man, Caldrin, you sure you haven't been eating and munching on the elk meat on the way? Then I climb up.
So as you guys make your way on top, and Marquise is helping, maybe Caldruin or Tomorrow, and or Interim up, and you guys see this vision above the hill. It says, "Well, look over there," and by the horizon, you guys manage to see the city of Elturel. He just goes, "That's roughly 2 days. And look at that. Elturel. From what we've known, that's one of the big cities. And for Caldruin and Interim, you both know there's like in the middle of Elturel, there's this giant tower. And in that giant tower, it's like a magic barrier that deflects any undead entering the city.
Oh shit!
So
Oh, that's so
there's
cool.
much right there. That is magic beacon.
And then suddenly one of us can't go in.
So yeah.
Marquis.
Remember, they had to get back to greenists.
So yeah, you guys see now the vision of Elturel. It's almost a day away or 2 days away with your new carriage. And that's where we end today's session.